Hi there. Welcome to Whole View Farm.
Hey,
Um,
it's been a while.
Yeah, about a week or so since our last video, so just want to do a quick update. Let's turn this around. We've got kind of a mess on our hands. Just fed out some square bales to these guys. I got 3 up here and one more bale over there on the road, and the snow has melted. We've had some nice warm days. It's 40, 50 degrees out here.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a soupy mess. There's still some frost in the ground, so the water's not going in too well, but it's pooling up everywhere, and we got a muddy, poopy mess over here. And it's kind of sad because this is the longest we've gone without moving our animals since we started this whole operation, which is kind of bumming me out because that's kind of our philosophy, is to move our animals frequently and keep these pastures good and keep them off of potential parasites, which, yeah, not so great right now. And we've been thinking about it and talking about what our next move is, and the problem is we just don't have any grass. There's no forage out there, and that's because we had a huge drought.
For the last 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
Yeah.
So a summer drought 2 years ago and a fall drought last year. So after we grazed back behind the pond in September and over on the West Valley in October, November, and then spent the rest of December and November up here on the 26th. We ate everything down. I mean, we haven't even seen deer in the yard for months, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Because there just wasn't any recovery of the grasses. So
Because we didn't get any rain. We had a wonderful spring with a lot of wetness, but yeah, it dried up in the fall.
Yep, and we didn't get the recovery we're expecting. So I was thinking about a video I saw with Alan Williams talking to, it might have been part of the Roots So Deep documentary, where he's talking to a conventional farmer who's trying to go regenerative and talking about the need for rest and recovery and how important that is, and suggested sacrificing an area and feeding hay, just hay bombing one section of his land until that growth and recovery could happen and he could begin a proper rotation. And I kind of feel like that's the situation we're in here, even though we've been doing it for a couple of years now, rotating and moving animals, putting hay down. We just don't have the organic matter built up. This is not an established organic or regenerative operation that's got 6% organic matter in the soil. It's still...
No, we're early in the game. We got 2 years, but show everybody this. So this is the last bale.
Yeah, this is one of those nice grassy bales we put down.
We have a couple spots. We have the triangle over here, and we have this area, which is all full of thistles. Like, the thistles got so crazy and we can't mow this. So this is one of the reasons we said, let's hay bomb this area. And so what we've been doing, so I'm really, on a positive note, I'm super excited to see what this patch does, because it's so pooped up and got a lot of hay, so the bacteria is gonna really, I think once we get a good rain, and we start moving them, they'll be off of this, and then it'll come screaming back, and hopefully it'll unleash more grass and less thistles.
Yeah, here's hoping.
I don't expect it to be, but even the roses, like, I buried the roses in so much hay that they don't get any light, and that's my other thought, is that if I bury the spent hay on top of the roses, because the reason we have roses is to help with soil erosion, and that's why they're there and taken off. But then too, so if we bring that organic matter in and we, say, hey, you don't need your job anymore, it'll be, it'll be great. And the roses will basically get chewed up and not have to really keep going with their life cycle because they did their job.
Yeah, that's the goal. We do have some issues forming, though. with this wetness. They're pugging it up pretty good here at the gateway. And we've got about 12 acres that they've got access to. It goes all the way back to the neighbor's property over there and down this hill. But the majority of the impact is really right up here at the top of the hill, and of course in the control area up here. So I guess I'm not too worried about back fencing them off of over there. I think we're just going to keep using this 12 acres. It'll be way more animal impact than I like to give an individual area. But we'll continue putting out hay. We've got, hey, Fallon. He is looking beautiful. Love those curls.
He's going to be 5 this year.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow. Big boy. Yep. Probably his last year breeding because he's had a couple of years breeding for us, and it's going to be time to rotate him out. So we'll figure that one out probably later this summer or fall. But we've got, what do we got? I don't know, 16 or 17 of these bales that came off of our 26 acres here, and are marginal at best. We found some moldy ones. Mostly they're okay, but as you can see, we put out these 2 bales at the same time. The one that's still standing is one of those ones off our 26, and the grassy hay one from across the street is totally gone.
Yeah.
So it's pretty obvious what they're preferring. And we've only got 2 more of those left? 3 more. We've got 3 more of those nice grassy round bales, and we've got about 30 or 40 square bales left. So getting a little low on good quality hay. So I'm thinking what I want to do to stretch that out is just unroll really aggressively the rest of those bales off the 26 all over this 12 acres. So we're basically hay bombing the whole area, treating it all like our sacrifice lot to get us through, well, about the next 9 weeks, right? I mean, we've got 2 more months here. I also wanted to talk about the grass recovery because when I'm looking at the ground, I always see, even in this time of year, I normally see some green in there. There's some dandelion leaves, some fescue, some little green leaves hiding in the grass. I am not seeing that this year.
No. I've even looked back at pictures from 2 years ago, last year and the year before, and you can see the green in the pictures, and it's like, oh yeah. We always try and keep a record to, just see how, could you forget over time? And
pictures worth 1,000 words.
So I think, Joe's hypothesis is that, with that no snow cover or hardly any snow cover and the droughts, it just kind of zapped everything. So
well, it's like a 1-2 punch. We had the 2 years of drought back to back, including a fall drought, so there wasn't any stockpile going into winter. And then we had some extreme cold weather down to 15 below. For a whole week, it was negative temperatures. This really, for our area, that's pretty extreme, is 15 below. But without that snow insulating the plants and the roots, I think it really impacted everything. And I'm anticipating a slower start to the grass growing season. I mean, there's just, see if I can do this without getting shocked. I mean, this has been at rest for months. There's nothing there. There's no green in there. So those plants have to build energy. They have to draw from their rootstock. They have to put up some green leaves, and then they can start photosynthesizing, collecting solar energy to grow some more leaves. Yeah, dogs are yelling at something. Oh, our guardian dogs are yelling at our house dog. Okay.
It's okay.
So anyhow, we're anticipating a slow start to the grazing season, and we need to sort of stretch this situation out over the next 2 months. Hopefully we got enough hay to get through it. Oh, no, they're barking at deer up on the ridge there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I can zoom.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah.
4.
That's our neighbor's hayfield where we got the nice green grassy hay from, so that kind of makes sense that they're up there running. Well, that's what the dogs were barking at.
Maybe it was Thing. I don't know.
Yeah, that was, I think, one of the goats.
Yeah, they
whining.
The fainting goats make this weird noise. They're like, ah!
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wait, come back here. So this is Fern's baby.
Oh,
And she's
okay.
as tall as her mom right now.
That's the brown one back
yeah,
here?
the other one that went by is Honora. That was Poppy's baby, and she's like a foot smaller, but she's still doing good.
Yeah, well, she didn't get that
And
benefit
Donna's
of...
doing pretty good. She's not as fat as everybody else, but she's working that leg a little bit better.
Yeah, still mobile.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We had a lot of thoughts here. I'm not sure if we completed any of them, but that's kind of where we're at. We're going to hay bomb and continue bale grazing as best we can to get through the next 8-9 weeks until the grass starts growing. And then I think we'll probably head back behind the pond because that's had the most rest. We haven't been on that since September.
Well, and it really needs the fertility too, because we have a lot of moss. We have tons of roses where you can't even walk, so that'll be great with
getting the goats back there. Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking if we could get a couple more get at least 2 bales.
And then by mid-May for lambing kidding season, we want to sort them out into 2 groups, and we want to bring the ewes and the nannies up on the 26th because we just felt like where we had them last year was too steep, and this will be nicer, easier.
And it's more variety, so I think their milk's going to come in a lot better. There's a lot more forbs and
chicory, dandelions,
forbs and perennials, and you know, and a better mixture.
And then we've got our 5 withers, which are due for processing in July. So we want to kind of try to do like a finishing move where we just move them really fast, keep them on fresh grass. So it'll be all the withers, the rams, Lirio, and probably the cows all together. Yeah. And we're just going to try and like move them out around the West Valley here where we give them fresh grass and move them fast and put some fat on them. So
yeah,
that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. It'll help if we can get some perimeter fencing between now and then. So now that the weather's breaking, yeah, got some outdoor projects we want to get done. And yeah, we'll see.
Well, let's try and shoot for the east fence or the west.
The west,
fence.
Yeah, that west fence along the road.
We're so close.
We got it mostly cleaned up. We got to pull the old barbed wire out, and then I want to call Digger's Hotline on that one because there's a fiber line down there, and then we'll be ready to start digging corners and setting posts and run some high tensile. So
yeah.
All right. That's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.